like to thank our sponsor for the podcast, Game Up. They make a thirst-quenching adult beverage special blend of electrolytes. It currently comes in 4 great flavors: fruit punch, orange, lemon, lime, and grape.
That's right. Low carb, only 110 calories, so get yourself some Game Up. Jake Paul and Mike Perry boxed this weekend. I think me and Chevy talked about it. We thought Mike Perry's chin and just his ability with his power to walk people down would be enough, because we recognize that Paul has some boxing skills. We try, unlike other people, just to completely disrespect him. But we also realize that, hey, this might be a challenge where someone could take him. I got to watch a stream of it the next day. Did not happen, obviously. It was interesting. Perry was really outsized when you look at it. Jake Paul might be on some questionable substances, who's to say, but he looked very gassed after throwing a lot of power punches early, too. Almost like somebody was on some substances. Big problem here with Mike Perry that I didn't realize or think about was, you know, we think about bare knuckle, striking. He's beat some boxers in bare knuckle, but no ability, like no boxing defense by Perry here. You know, chin up, hands down, didn't clinch. Maybe 1 or 2 clinches happened in this fight altogether, probably by accident. And then Perry was just outmatched. But at the end of the day, Perry's chin did keep him in this fight for a while. And because Jake did gas out for a little bit, Perry was able to walk him down, cut him, and make the fight interesting. But by round 6, maybe even sooner, like Jake Paul had turned it around. But round 6, it was over. Credit to Mike Perry. He gave his thoughts afterwards. He said Jake was too quick for him, and he was a lot bigger and stronger than I realized. Perry said he'd definitely be open to do MMA, which no shit. He'd definitely be open to do bare knuckle. No shit. I guess I'll get your opinion on what you think of this stuff, but also I just want to say one other thing added to it. Jake Paul called out Alex Pereira after this, the little FaceTime and stuff with him. I don't know if you saw this, but he did, yeah. And he also said he would decapitate and dethrone him. That's not happening. This fight's probably not happening because Dana White's not going to gamble on letting Alex Pereira do this. But I just want to say, and I could be damned if I do, damned if I don't here. You know, Jake tends to pick his opponents very carefully. But if they ever did let him fight Alex Pereira, like that's one fight where I feel pretty confident I'm going with Alex Pereira. This motherfucker is an elite kickboxer. All right, so he has his boxing skills. Oh, and by the way, he's big as a fucking house, too. And he's not Mike Tyson big. Like, he's big and he's in his prime. And, you know, so, yeah, I think Jake's picking that fight because he knows he's not going to get that fight.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to add to this. Yeah, impressed by Jake.
Yes.
He is a weight bully. You know, he barely made weight, and Perry only weighed in at like 195 pounds, and, you know, he didn't cut very much for that. So Jake is just bigger, but he has been working on just boxing for 7 years. He has skills. He obviously has power. I'm impressed that he was able to knock out Mike Perry. So what he does from here certainly won't be Alex Pereira, but I don't know where he goes from here. I'm sure, but I'm kind of over him beating up former MMA guys thing. He's clearly gonna have the edge over these former MMA guys. We should all just accept that at this point. I know a lot of us don't want to. I know some people in our friends group that don't want to accept that, but it's just facts at this point. So love him or hate him, he could box certain people. So
absolutely, he's got himself to a certain skill level due to hard work, and then on top, we said this before, he carefully picks his opponents who have name value or they lack something, whether it's size, whether it's they're older, or whether they're just not overall good boxing strikers.
Yeah, you know? His team is very, very smart.
Yeah, I would say there's a few MMA strikers that could beat him. Those are your Alex Pereiras. Those are your Israel Adesanyas. And those guys.
They got to be his size at this point, I think.
They got to be his size. I don't know if Adesanya necessarily. Adesanya would probably be close to his size. He's deceptively big.
Taller. Yeah.
Tall, yeah. But also just an elite striker. Again, we're talking about too, you know. But it is what it is. They're very careful about what they pick. And I think Bisping said he's probably going to call out somebody like a Darren Till or someone next. You know what I mean? If he doesn't get his Mike Tyson fight in November. Someone asked me about that fight the other day if that happens, and I said 50-50. There's money to be made, but there's enough stuff to go wrong that I could see it not happening.
I hope it doesn't happen, but the Darren Till's a little bit interesting. I mean, I would favor Jake.
Yeah.
But size-wise, I know Till got down to 170, but we know he left the UFC to get on supplements to heal his knee or whatever. So I assume he's getting some other benefits from that. And I assume size is one of them. We know he's pretty tall. So if he puts the weight on, he has skills. So that could be his next opponent. But gotta favor Jake at this point until proven otherwise.
Absolutely, at this point.
If you haven't tried Game Up, then you are missing out. Imagine your favorite seltzer and your favorite sports drink had a baby, but it's way better than that. Each can is 110 calories, low carb, 4.9 ABV. It's a nice light drink that is not light on flavor. Game Up comes in fruit punch, orange, lemon, lime, and grape. Pick it up at drinkgameup.com or at your nearest liquor store.